we're just waiting. We are going to start at exactly. Okay, all right, good. Are you recording to cloud? Okay, thank you. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this session of Digital Literacy for Educators. This session is actually going to be interactive. It's a 5-day training program organized by WAAW Foundation. And then during this training, we'll be learning a lot of Edutech skills. When I say Edutech skill, I mean educational technology skills and tools that will be needed to make you become a 21st century educator. Some of you, these tools, you already know them. Some of you, you don't know them. So please, if you already know some of the things you're taking, we just want to carry everybody along. So just be patient with us because we don't want to start midway because you know we have people that already have knowledge of this training. We have people that don't have any knowledge of this training. So we are dealing with different breeds, different educators, different teachers from different angles in our society. Some have tech skills, some don't have tech skills. So please bear with us as we start. So before we start, I want you on the chat box to drop before we continue this training. I want you on the chat box your name. Can you hear me? Sorry, network. So let me know where you're joining us from. If you're joining us from Lagos, Abuja, Ebonyi State, Akwa Ibom, let me know where you're joining us from. I'll be reading through the chats. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So please, can you comment? Probably when I jump off, I did not see any. Please, can you comment on the chat where you're joining us from? Want to know where you're joining us from. So on the chat, just type your name. Like for instance, I can say Susan. I'm Susan Calabar. So on the chat, just let us know where you're joining us from, and then we can proceed. Can you hear me? Elijah, can you hear me? I hope I'm not talking to myself. All right, okay, fine, thank you. Okay, name and location. Udwag James Etim from Akwa Ibom State. Okay, I have Moses from Abia State. Thank you very much, Moses. I have Chuku Ikem. I hope I pronounced your name well, from Anambra State. Okay. Who did I miss? I have Chinyere from Ebonyi State. So just let us, Margaret from Port Harcourt. Awesome. So let's know where you're calling us from. And since it's a virtual meeting, we can't meet ourselves, we'll get to know ourselves better. Subsequently, during the other days of the training, we'll be playing an online game to, spice this training up. And then we get to know more about each other. If you've not joined our Google Classroom, please join. And if you not fill in our form, please fill the form. Okay, I have Catherine from Anambra State. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to present about WAAW Foundation. A lot of you we will ask you, what's WAAW Foundation like? What's this training about? This training is meant to equip teachers with educational technology skills, and it will help you personally as an educator, business-wise, and then it's going to help you become a better 21st century teachers. Some of these tech skills, you know them, some you actually don't know them. So we are going to be mixing a breed of the ones you know and the ones you don't know, so that will carry everybody along. All right, so I hope you're all seeing my screen. If you're seeing my screen, just type yes on the chat. It's going to be an interactive class. If you see my screen, just type yes, sorry. And if I'm fast, let me know that I'm fast. I'll come back. Okay, so I'm going to look at the chat. Yes, please. All right, thank you. Okay, I have Oti Christiana from Ebonyi State. Thank you very much. Thanks. All right, so what this training is a teacher's training organized by WAAW Foundation, and now WAAW Foundation, the full meaning of WAAW Foundation means working to advance science and technology education for African, started in 2007, though now headquarters is in Abuja, Kigali, Rwanda, and in Texas. Now, what are our core values? Our core values in this organization is to empower women, African women, to become leaders that, and then equip them with skill entrepreneurial training, and to increase the pipeline of African women entering science and technology fields. Okay. Give it time. I think my system is hanging. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we have the digital literacy program for educators, and we also have the STEM training, which is targeted towards science teachers. Now, what we're doing now is basically for everybody, whether private school, in a public school, primary or secondary school. This is aimed towards educators generally. So the training we are having now. These things, at least the name of our person to test your knowledge. Probably tomorrow we'll be playing an online game, and then we'll see how many persons can remember very well. Okay, so teachers are the biggest influence. Teachers are the biggest influence on our young population in Africa. If we do not train them effectively, it will be difficult to have a national impact and to train the next generation contributory workforce that will strengthen the continent's economy through technology innovation. That is from our founder, Dr. Noma Okorafor. She's the founder and president of WAAW Foundation. Okay. Then STEM training, like I said about STEM training, we offer STEM training also to teachers. We can offer, in case you have a school or you're the owner of a school and you want us to come and train your teachers, it's hands-on. We'll come to your location, you will bring a STEM kit or you buy STEM kits, and then you train teachers on hands-on activities. STEM, what she's holding now is an Arduino board, and then this teaching about life series, you'll be teaching about so many things, physics. Instead of you teaching, it's easier for a child to remember when they do it themselves. So these are the things we do in our STEM training session. And then in digital literacy program, which is what we're having currently, we teach tech tools such as Database Spark, Google Form, how to create Google Form. We teach you how to create a website without having to code anything. We'll take you through the basics and the fundamentals of Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, document, teach you Padlet, quizzes, and a host of other things which you'll be learning today. Some you already know, some you'll be getting more information about as the training goes. Now, the aim of this training is to give teachers the opportunity to become the top of their game. Now, if we can recall during COVID, a lot of teachers had to improve their tech skills training had to move from in-person class to virtual training. So the aim of this training is to equip you with all the relevant tools to make you a 21st century teacher. So that the digital will be in a modern society used with the aid of technology. This is what we do at WAAW Foundation. We increase STEM education across Africa. We increase the quality of education and computer science education in Nigeria and across Africa. We expose students to career choices, to have knowledge about STEM and ICT related careers. For our teachers training, over 70 million teachers need to be trained to ensure we meet the 2030 SDG goal to educate every child, and there is a need to train more teachers across Africa. For instance, today I had this experience, and this experience was I was calling, most of you got calls from us. I was calling, and then some persons don't check their mail, like teachers, please check your mail regularly. We had to resort to calling, so please check your mail regularly. I hope I'm not too fast. I want to give room to my other colleagues to take what they ought to take today. And then our WAAW STEM kit, you can visit our website and our Google site, which will be shown to you today. We have STEM kits on robotics, we have Arduino boards, we have solar power, we have 3D printers. These are kits we use. We have snap circuits. Those are things we use to incorporate into our training to make it more hands-on to teachers. Okay, now this is how we sponsored by WAAW Foundation and by a donor, Mrs. Obi. So please, we are encouraging you to take advantage of this training, even though you are a beneficiary. We believe that even as you partake of this training, you should be able to use the same training. The idea is use the same training to impact teachers and students within your vicinity. Share knowledge. In WAAW Foundation, we totally believe in sharing knowledge. All right. So what we do also, we connect teachers here in Africa to teachers outside Africa, and outside Africa, like in US and the UK, what we call our local classroom, the Level Up Village program. Teachers you stand a chance to be part of this training program. If you're interested, please let us know, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay, so please meet our team. We have more team members. This will be updated soon. If you check our Google website, you'll see our team. So this is Dr. Norma, Mrs. Ebele is, should I say, the pioneer of this particular training. She started this training during COVID, and we all delve into it full-heartedly, and then we've been able to train over 600 teachers online. And we have Lovett, she's our COO. We have Lucy. Lucy is our program director. We have Faith, is our associate. And then I have myself. You just see most of our information on our Google site, a more detailed information about us on our Google site. So I'll stop sharing my screen. And then if you have, I'm going to look at the chat. If you have any questions, please. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know on the chat. All right, thank you very much. I guess my network is shaky, so I just have to make do with what I have. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? At least you know a little bit more about WAAW Foundation now. Awesome. Okay, so Lovett is our Chief Executive Operating Officer. She was going to be taking us on knowing our teaching or learning styles. That's what she's going to be taking us. We discovered that a lot of teachers just teach. You just know that you can teach, but you don't know the kind of style you use in teaching. So I sent a mail before now. Now, if you've taken your test, which I believe that she's going to, sorry, my network is bad. It's Nigerian factor, please forgive me. So if you've taken the test, let us know what your teaching style is on the chat while Lovett comes up or start presenting. Lovett, are you there? Hello, Lovett.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, Lovett. So please, let's welcome Lovett. She's going to be taking us on teaching styles. Yes. So if you've not taken the test, take the test and let us, just a short test. Don't just be, I can teach. I know if you give me anything to teach, I can teach. So let's know the kind of teaching style you use in teaching. It's going to help you a whole lot in improving how you teach. Okay, Lovett. Somebody asked a question, will there be any certificates at the end of the training? Yes, there will be certificates at the end of the training. Definitely, there will be certificates at the end of the training. Okay, Lovett, you can take over now.
Susan, hi everyone, good afternoon. This is Lovett. Susan already did the introduction, and I'll just go right in and start. Susan, can I share my screen? Okay,
great. Yes, you can.
Okay, for those of us that haven't taken the test, please find time to take the test, and we'll come back to it in the next class to review what your teaching style is. But for now, I'm just going to start the presentation for today. Okay, for teaching styles, we have 5 teaching styles: authority and lecture style, demonstrator or coach style, facilitator or activity style, delegator or group style, hybrid or blended style. So these 5 categories serve their various purposes. As a teacher in Nigeria, if you find yourself in the secondary school setting, lower primary and secondary school setting, we expect that you should be more of a demonstrator and a blended teacher. So a blended teacher comprises of facilitator, demonstrator, and group style teacher. But we don't expect you to be an authority teacher or a lecture style teacher. These are people that like code context. You find them in conferences, in the universities and all that. So just imagine that you're a biology teacher and you're coming up as an authority. Your teaching style is authority or lecture style. The students won't be able to blend in that classroom or flow with the topic or subject that is being taught. But as a demonstrator teacher, you're able to use resources, bring in tools in the classroom, engage your learners effectively, and tell them, sorry guys, there's training going on in the hall. So you ensure that you're able to carry everyone along. So here you're seeing the name coach. You're coaching your students. You're walking them through what is being taught, and they're following. I'm trying to, okay. Then a facilitator or activity teacher. This is a teacher that if you're teaching, what subject do you want to use now? If you're teaching motion, for instance, this kind of teaching style, you'll find this teacher bringing resources that explains that concept motion and probably allow students to explore and create their own findings to be able to tell if something is in motion or not. So the delegator is group teacher is someone that a teacher that teaches in group settings. So this teacher probably works better in the lab, like chemistry and physics or agric lab, biology lab. They put students in group for them to solve a problem together. So you can also find this kind of learning style in the Montessori teaching method. where students are being put in groups to solve problems or to figure out tasks in groups. So we encourage our secondary school teachers or lower primary to be more of a demonstrator, a facilitator, a blended teacher. That way, we are not only building the learning community, we are also building an innovative community because you're utilizing resources around you, you're bringing in tools, you're actively engaging your students to participate in whatever you're doing and teaching them. That way, they will not forget whatever you've taught because you brought tools to the classroom, you involve them in the learning approach. You did not leave them behind. They were part of that subject, they were part of that topic while you were teaching. So it's good for us to absorb this learning styles and it will help us build this. I'm going to go right into teaching methods. Um, so we have 10 teaching styles that you have to adapt to for remote learning. Some of us find ourselves in Zoom classes, online classroom, or even in-person classroom. And with the pandemic, a lot of things have changed most fast. Maybe you move from one school to another, and you're finding it difficult to stabilize or work with the learners that you're meeting. And also we have situations where you're probably taught lower primary and you found yourself in primary five. The learning styles for that age group is different. You are still trying to find your feet around it. There are styles, there are methods for you to navigate through this process. One is get to know your platform. If you're using a tech tool to teach, you're using like Zoom, for instance, understand how to use Zoom. Understand how to mute or mute your student, turn on videos, turn off videos, share your screen, little things like that. So you are in charge of that classroom. Create an online environment. The way you manage your on-site class, the same way you should manage your online classroom. It shouldn't be out of control. Students should not be allowed to have access to share their screen without being um, told so. Engage with your learners online, be organized. They can tell when you're not organized. If you're organized, they will follow suit. Use a variety of instruction strategies. Be present. Provide ongoing feedback. Collaborate with other teachers. Don't work in silos. Reflect on lessons being taught, lessons you've worked up on. Maximize your professional development like you're here now doing just training. You're equipping yourself with new things, new ideas. Don't stop after this one. If there are other trainings that you think will be of benefit to you, keep growing, keep learning. There is no limit to what you can do. So for getting to know your platform, this is so important, whether you're using a completely new system or a familiar system. The key is to know what it can and what it cannot do. Get familiar with the platform. Some you've seen teachers go from low resource classroom to highly resource classroom. What I mean is you're in a classroom where you use just chalkboard to teach. Now you've seen yourself in a classroom where you're using slides. There's a projector in your classroom. You only use computer to project. There are classrooms like that. They exist in this country. So for you to be able to thrive, you need to get familiar with this platform, with this setup. Get comfortable. Don't come into the classroom and be fidgeting or be scared. Or no, learn how to use. You can stay after school to figure out how the platform works. Ask questions. Google is on time. You can ask fellow teachers as well. You're confident to give your students confidence in you. Just know that these students they're born in computer age. They are 10 times, most times, smarter in terms of technology. In terms of technology, in terms of technology, than we. So if you're in classroom and you don't know how to turn on a projector, they know, they see you. They might not say anything to you, but they are definitely losing confidence in you. Most online communication platforms allow file sharing. If you're using Zoom, if you're using like Google Classroom, whatever communication platform they're using with your students, you should be able to get a hold of it, such as interactive whiteboards. Susan will be taking us through what whiteboards does. You can't hear me. Oh wow. Okay,
Love it, I can hear you. I can hear you, love it.
okay. Oh. So the second one is create online classroom environment. So it's one thing to run a classroom environment, another thing to own it. As an online teacher, it is just as important to create a safe and supportive environment as a physical classroom. Like today, we are here, we are using this as a testing, or let's use this as a what's the word? As a guide. My colleague is on the other call, muting, admitting students, admitting teachers rather, and ensuring that everything is in order. I'll be able to do that myself if it's just me, and if I'm just the one doing all the courses for today. But because we're able to delegate tasks, asked him to help me do that. But in a situation where you're just coming and doing that, you need to be able to create a safe space for your students. Let them know that um, bullying, online like texting when class is going on, things you shouldn't do in the like physical classroom shouldn't be brought to the online classroom. And even when you're in the online and physical classroom, take charge of your class. Some most schools don't even allow spanking and all that. Try as much as possible to take charge of your classroom. Communicate calmly to your students. Know when to affirm the statement to them. Students feel secure in their own surroundings. So you need to be in control on who speaks and when they speak. Classroom management is very important. Someone says my volume is too low. Sorry, can you turn on your own volume? I don't think it's mine. Alright. Engage with the learners. You are the leader, you are in charge, you are in control of the learning. You need to be visible, you need to be available. Set set timelines where you are available to help and answer questions. You cannot be available for 4 hours, so you need time away from school. But online online classes to teach. Set and know what to reach and when not to reach you. In this classroom, you are the one in charge.
Hello, love it, can you hear me? We can't hear you.
Oh, okay, for engaging with the learner, I think you are in charge, you are the teacher, you need to take on not just students. I'm breaking. Wow. Okay. Like, as an educator, things like this can happen, right? And it's working with younger like students, it can be frustrating where the teacher has been kicked out of the Zoom call, and then the students are just only one bed. So if you come back, just like I'm doing, own your class back, manage them, apologize. Susan has apologized on my behalf. It's something I couldn't avoid. We have about 3 internet network connection here, but for some reason, 3 of them just failed at the same time. But we are back on ground. So I was talking about engaging with your learners. You are in charge. You need to be in control. You need to be visible and available, but within limits. You don't have to be available 24/7. Let them know when and when not to reach. Uh, the fourth one is be organized. Materials. So here we're talking about materials. When organizing your lesson plan, think like a student. What would they be expecting? If I'm a student, will this material be of great use to me? When I teach this, will I easily understand math if I'm using shape? Will I easily understand counting if I'm using bottle cups? Will I easily understand gravity if like things are gliding down from the sky, or like if I have resources to explain that? With that, it will help you to organize your material to suit your learners and Remember, the goal here is for your learners to understand the information you're trying to pass to them. If they don't get it, the purpose has been defeated, and it will reflect in their national exams where they are unable to pass national exams or even their class exams. So think like a student when you're preparing your lesson plan. The resources needed to your resources needs to be easy to find, easy to work on, and easy to access. Cope with a system, come up with a system that is consistent and user-friendly. Explain methodically where things are and what exactly they do. Even if your site, your font size should be consistent, the software you're using with your students, easy to use with zero stress from your end and the student end. Understand that there's some things sometimes you want to bring in cool ideas to the class, but for the age you're working with, are they able to use it? How easy will it be for them? So when you're thinking about materials you want to bring to the class, think of accessibility, how easy to be, and the understanding as well. Resources, make sure your own system is well organized. If you're working from the computer, using a computer, create files for each class, give clear titles so it's easy for you to find and it's clear when you save them. If you're on-site teacher, make sure like your notes are clean, the tools, your writing pads, your labs, everything is put together. And when students come in or when you're delivering your lecture, it's not difficult. If you're using cloud storage or online storage, so like Google Drive, Dropbox, use names that you can easily relate with, so it's easy for you to find and trace them. The life of a teacher, this is about you now. The life of a teacher, both online or in person, can often feel unstructured, exactly as that of the students. So when you're thinking for yourself, also think for your students, because without them, there will be no you. Without you, there will be no them. Keep to a timetable for work and breaks. Take time away from the screen, from the class. Plan some other activity into your day. Wearing the same teaching clothes you usually wear helps place you mentally in the classroom. So this is for teachers that are in online classroom. So as I'm wearing a Zoom classroom, you can see I'm professionally dressed. This is the outfit I'll wear to an on-site training. So if I'm wearing probably my night wear or my house clothes, I won't feel mentally that I'm in a classroom. But now I'm wearing a professional outfit. It's a psychological effect, telling me, oh, you're in work mode, you need to be professional in whatever you're doing. Changing afterwards takes you away from the lesson. So after this class, say I'm in my house, but I'm in the office now. I just finished this classroom. Automatically I will change my outfit to my house wear. And that way it reduces like some level of stress from me. So while you're teaching and being involved and helping out your students, also take our time for yourself, because we need a healthy teacher. Don't get sloppy by teaching in your pajamas or any house clothes. If you are at home, if you're in person, look smart to your class. They say you dress the way you want to be addressed. Look smart to school, dress well, be neat, trim your hair, keep your hair clean, trim your nails. Make sure you're looking appealing and very presentable to your students, because you're the one adult that they see every day they come to school. And you're giving them the image of a professional life as a student. And it's you they're looking at to say, oh, this is how professionals dress, this is how a teacher looks, this is how a teacher shouldn't look. Don't give them the wrong impression when you're teaching by how you look. Use a variety of instruction strategies. We are fortunate to have technology to create a virtual learning environment that allows us to collaborate, engage just as well as if we are in the classroom. Use a combination of resources and styles. Create a blend of traditional learning styles with newer ones. When you're including audio or visual tools, a mix of activities can make the content more interesting and exciting. Increase student engagement with teachers and other learners. Engage students who are not in the room during a lesson.
The course should be mixed plot of discussion, collaboration, and hands-on exercise. If you're sending assignments, again, it's important to mix the style of work sent. Don't just put the text and full stop like straight on. Make it fun for them so that when they are doing their homework, there's some sort of hands-on activity for them to try out while they're getting the work done. Be present. If you're doing an online classroom, it needs to be by your screen. So answer questions, to give support and manage the class. If you're receiving work online at a specific time, you need to respond. You cannot let the lesson run itself. However, answering every discussion board posed by every student in an online classroom will break you. Manage your time. Don't be available 24/7. Don't turn on, don't possible when you're managing a class size of 30, both in physical and online classroom, because you're working with 40 minutes duration, say 40 minutes duration class. You'll be unable to do one-on-one interaction with 30 of them. Out of the 30 questions, out of the 30 students, 10 are asking questions, similar questions. So I would advise that let your students ask their questions, then you take time to give your feedback. You might end up giving just 3 feedback or responses to 30 questions asked because they're similar questions. When you are regularly present and engaged in online classroom, your students are more likely to be the same way you are in the physical classroom. Provide ongoing feedback. Such as feedback is essential in the classroom, it also needs to be done in online. In fact, it needs to be done more in an online classroom. An online learner can feel very alone because they're at home connecting with you. They don't always have the visual support of group around them. When teaching online, your feedback should help create the experience that the lesson is informative, engaging, motivational for the learner. It should be continuous and constructive. Your feedback should be as soon as possible so that the students can clearly identify what is wrong or right. The 8th point here is collaborate with other teachers. The best teachers are the ones who share ideas and talk to each other. Okay. In this new, can you hear me now? In this new situation, experienced teachers and younger teachers may be involved in kind of role reversal. Some platforms allow co-hosting of lessons. So I think this is, so I'm not trying to throw stones, but with government teachers, government school teachers, we've seen that the older or experienced teachers tend not to relate with the younger teachers. But forgetting that a lot has changed in terms of technology and delivery method, we encourage our older experienced teachers to collaborate more with the younger teachers, same with the younger teachers collaborating more with the older experienced teachers. That way, the learning or the role will be reversal. They can learn and share ideas for common ground. You can share resources online, share useful websites, share technical know-how, and sometimes just still feel part of the teaching team again. If you're a teacher and you're inside it, you won't go far. But if you're working as a teaching team, it will help your course and also help your students. Some courses or some topics are similar. So imagine you're doing electricity, chemistry, and then there's electricity in physics, and the physics and chemistry teacher are collaborating together. Imagine how their various classrooms will be. You will ask similar questions. You follow through from where the other left off when you're attending to your students. It will be fun because students will be looking forward to having both of you in class and ask similar questions. Probably questions that was not answered in chemistry will be transferred to the physics class, and the physics teacher can take it up from there and go back to the chemistry teacher to discuss further on that context. So we employ you all to engage with each other. You mustn't even limit it to the school you work with. You can engage with teachers from other schools, other neighboring states, because they say you you cover miles when you work in group. You will run faster when you work alone, but you cover enough grounds, you walk far when you walk in group. Reflect on the lessons. Teachers may always reflect on lessons, sometimes in a formal process. Embark on new approach that you feel you want to adapt on. After each lesson, take some time to assess what was done and what was not done. Think about what you need to change in future lessons. This is self-appraisal. You need to do this for every lesson you've taught. It will help you to deliver better in the next class. Maximize your professional training. This is very, very, very critical and vital. You're here at WAAW Foundation Teachers Training, and there's other trainings that will be forthcoming. Take advantage of that opportunity. Do not let yourself just lie to waste. Learning, keep training yourself. Go online, use YouTube, Google to learn new tools that will enhance your teaching skills. Some of you choose to teach this way. It's great, it fits in with your lifestyle. Many of you have been forced into teaching because of situation out of your control. You didn't get a job, a white collar job, a company or in the bank, and you said, why don't I just teach? But while you're using teaching, you are in that profession, make something out of it. Okay? Good teaching involves desire to keep improving. Bring that energy and personality into your online or virtual or in-person classroom. Invest a little time and energy into developing yourself. Even small efforts can have big impact. Conclusion, keep educating yourself. The skills you learn, the resources you create, the flexibility you show, the effort at improvement, the calmness and level-headedness, the acceptance of the situation, all these things can help you in a practical sense as a teacher and can really be appreciated by your school head or principal. Thank you so much for having me. I'll be taking questions on the chat if you have any questions. But if you don't, my colleague Susan will take it over from here. Thank you. And my apologies for breaking transmission.
Okay, thank you very much, Lovett. I hope you can hear me. Lovett, can you hear me? Okay. So we're looking at the chat to see if you have any questions for Lovett, just let us know. If you have any questions, let's say you don't understand your teaching styles, what can you do to improve your teaching style? She has touched all that, but if you feel there are one of the things you really need clarifications on, please do well to put the questions on the chat box and we'll react to that. Okay. So you're waiting a few minutes more for more questions. Do you have any questions? Please put on the chat. If you don't have any questions, so that we know that we are on the same path, just put no questions. Thank you very much, or just no questions, so that if you have a question, put questions. I want to see on the chat so that we know we are on the same pace. If you don't have a question, just say no questions on the chat so that I can continue. Afanemi, are you ready? Okay, Lovers, I think there's a question for you. Okay, all right.
Yes, that's a very good question. We'll be attending to this in our next class, where we'll tie learning style back to teaching style. Yes.
Okay.
Teaching style has a lot to do with the students' learning ability or learning intelligence or learning type.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Afanemi, are you there?
I'm coming. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Afanemi to come up, those persons that joined us late due to one reason or the other, please can you put on the chat box, let's know where you're calling from. For instance, my name is Susan, and you will just type Susan, Calabar, Susan, Akwa Ibom, Susan, Lagos. Let's know your name. This is an online class, so let's know your name and where you're joining us from. This will help us. We want to know where you're joining us from. let other persons know. You never can, you can make a friend here. So let's look at the chat box together. Let's know. Okay, Atunuke from Abuja also. Atunuke, welcome. That's our seasoned educator. Okay, she's one of our facilitators, by the way. I'm still looking at the chat. Okay, no questions. Eddie from Port Harcourt, Ihayi Njoku Abba. I hope I pronounced your name well. Forgive me if I didn't. Okay, so who else? So the truth is, you can see that. Okay, good child residing in Anambra State. Awesome. Okay. So I think Autonomy is ready for us. Now, a lot of us have used Microsoft Word, and a lot of us know that you can use Microsoft Word to create your lesson notes. Now, there are a few things you don't know about Microsoft Word that you'll be getting to know about Microsoft Word, the tips, the skills. If you already know how to use Microsoft Word in detail, please bear with us.
She's gone. She's gone.
Some teachers that will learn skills. Autonomy, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. So let me briefly introduce Autonomy. Autonomy is a seasoned educator. She's a program officer at WAAW Foundation. She's a STEM educator. She loves teaching, and she loves educating teachers and the young ones into STEM technology. Just Autonomy. So you have the floor, so you can continue. Okay,
Yeah, hello, everyone.
I see you from Abia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you,
Hi,
Susan.
Lovett.
Yeah, hello, team members and all the participants. Thank you. So today we'll be talking about MS Word. I know some people, you've already started doing MS. If you've been doing MS Word, no problem. And if today is going to be your first time, there's still no problem. So I'll just walk you through, and at the end of the session, we might be able to do hands-on on MS Word. So today my topic is using MS Word as an educator. What do you think is MS Word? Can somebody help me? Just type it in the chat session, or you can raise your hand. What do you understand by MS Word? Yeah, Precious, please unmute yourself. I'm listening.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. I think MS Word is an application that helps us teach others and also type information that we don't want to be handwritten, and also to make it more neat and eligible.
Okay, thank you. That's a good one. Thank you, Precious. Yes, Kalma, good child. Yeah, let me hear your view.
Good evening, good afternoon, ma.
Okay, sorry. I'm hearing you.
Okay, MS Word, as the name implies, Microsoft Word is a word processor application that enables the user to edit, to create, and print out documents. So with this MS Word as an application software, it will help you to edit tests, to modify tests as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, good child. Thank you. So you can see most of you know about MS Word, and let me quickly run you through the versions of MS Word. The first MS Word was just Word 1, and that was I think in 1996 or thereabout, if I'm not mistaken. That was when MS Word was invented by Microsoft. But now we can see that we have MS Word everywhere, even on your smartphone. You can actually use MS Word for smartphone to edit, to do anything that you want to do. So as it's evolving, I know at the end of the day, maybe you have MS Word on your smartwatch very soon. So you can also start by inventing that if you don't mind, and Microsoft will employ you. So today we'll be talking about MS Word. MS Word is a word processor document. You can call it anything aside text editor. You can also use it as a mathematician in the house. You can use MS Word for your teaching as well. Even if you're using, even if you're a science-based tutor. You can also use MS Word, as in MS Word goes round. It covers all areas of education this day. So I'll be running you through MS Word while you discover whatever you want to use your own MS Word for. Okay, so MS Word is an important application for education purposes. And in this digital world, you can see that even if you have iPad, you can also edit on MS Word, even if it's MacBook, even if it's smartphones, any form that, in fact, that your messages, that your SMS that you use on your phone is also another version of MS Word. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. If you cannot hear me, just wave your, somebody is raising. Good child, are you still raising your hand, or it was previous?
Previous.
Okay, all right, okay. So MS Word now is so sophisticated that you can use it anywhere. You can use it for, like now we have Google Docs that is serving as MS Word, but on Google platform. Before MS Word, there's something in that holding days computer, there was something called Notepad. That was what we were always using, you know, when you are trying to write anything, edit anything, you know, that is what we were using. But now it has even gone beyond that. And I know the different versions have been launched, but you can also use what version suits you. Hope everybody's hearing me. I'm not talking to myself.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
We can hear you, Academy. We can hear you.
All right, all right. So you can also use MS Word to facilitate basic graphic design. You know, you can also use it as your statistical report. And also there's also this one is even a good one that you can actually check your spellings, grammar check, all sorts of checks that you want to do on your MS Word, even on your smartphone. You can do that. Then there are other different features under MS Word that will actually help you in your teaching program. So where will you find or start Microsoft Word? First and foremost, I think Susan sent everyone on this call an email to download MS Word. So if you downloaded MS Word, please just say yes in the chat. Or you raise your hand. Let me know if you've downloaded MS Word or you already have it in your system. I'm waiting. Everyone has MS Word on their system, or you're going to do this after the call. No response.
I responded on the chat. Got it already. Yes.
All right. Okay, perfect. So we can go on. So we are going to start from, if you have your system with you, you can actually start from the start menu if you are using Windows.
I have it on my smartphone. My system is bad.
All right. So you can actually use it from your smartphone as well, since you've downloaded it from wherever to your smartphone.
Okay, thank you.
Have you launched? Precious, have you launched? Have you launched the MS Word? Or you've been using it already? Okay, okay. So from your start menu, that is where you can actually start your, we have something called Microsoft Office. That is where the different types of Microsoft templates can be found. So we have MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, all those things, but today we are going to be concentrating on MS Word. So from your start menu, please click on MS Word. If you've already installed, you've downloaded, installed, and you've launched. Can I go on?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Christina, can I go on? Madam Christina, can I go on? Okay. So on my screen here, we have the Microsoft interface. I'll just run you through the interface here. You can see the red button, this particular where my cursor is, that is what we call the Microsoft Office button. We also have the quick access toolbar. That's where you have your undo button on the taskbar there. And going down, we have the status bar. That's where you can find your lines, your toolbar, your view toolbar. You can either change it to a print view or what is this called now? You can either change it, maybe you want the page layout. Maybe you want the layout to be in percentage, maybe 50 or 100. You can actually use that particular view toolbar to increase the percentage of your screen, your Microsoft screen. Then we also have the dialog box. This one is actually the launcher. That is where you can actually launch whatever dialog you want to use on your Microsoft Word. We have the title bar as well. Then we have the group where you can actually put in your headings, your spacing, depending on what you want to write. You know, you can put no spacing or you can actually leave the spacing depending on what you want to write. Maybe you want to do a document or you just want to change the styles of your document. Can I go on? Any question? Yes, Mercy. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Christina. All right. Okay, so we also have the ribbon. Under the ribbon, we have what we called the inside the page layout, different references. Then the mailings, you can actually, there's something under Microsoft Word those days before the email came up. You can actually use your mail. You can actually insert mails on your Microsoft Word and launch. And whoever you're sending the emails to will get the email. But now, because of the emails version, you don't even go to that part anymore. So you can actually use your Microsoft Word, type whatever you want to type and copy it straight to the email. Or you can actually go to your email settings and do whatever you want to do, write your emails and send to people that you want to send your emails to. So there's something we called what you see is what you get to display. Whatever you type on your Microsoft Word is what you get. If you're using italic or bold, Control B for bold, if you're using that, that is what you will get. If you're using capital letters, that is what you get. You know, if you're using small letters, the lower cases, that is what you actually get. And whatever you're typing, there's these features of spell check. I can actually, Chinyere, please, can you mute? Chinyere, please, can you mute? Okay, thank you. So there's also this version of Microsoft. I recall there was this particular version that if whatever you type into your Microsoft Word, it will just take it, there's no autocorrect, but this particular version now, Microsoft Word have done a very amazing thing such that your indents, you can actually put in your paragraph anywhere you want to, and you know, and still send. But there are times that after typing, after copying and pasting somewhere, everything is scattered. So that is when, let me quickly take you back to the picture. That is when you have to go back to this no spacing. See here, where my cursor is dancing. You can click there and also do whatever you want to do. That is after all your characters have been scattered. So now we'll quickly talk about the alignment. You know, like this document that I'm showing to you, you can see how it is being aligned side by side. After typing, whoever created this document aligned it such that it can fit into the purpose. It can also be able to minimize space. You can see this alignment. If you go through to the other side, copy, everything is aligned side by side. And we also have something that we call justification. So you can also justify your documents after typing. Maybe there are times that after creating and editing your documents, you click on alignment and everything is not giving you what you want. You know, it's not giving you what exactly you want on this particular page. All you need to do is to go back and, you know, justify. Let me put my cursor where justification is so that you can also practice it maybe during this call or after this lesson on your laptop or your phone. You see this thing here where my cursor is. Where my cursor is dancing, that is where your alignment and justification is on this particular part. So you can see one is highlighted for us here. So you can either align left or align right or justify. So by the time you put your cursor on it, you'll see the left alignment or right alignment, or you can also put it in the middle. It depends on what you actually want. And by the time you justify, all your documents will come, you can see this dot, yeah, all this dot well aligned, everything will just be placed perfectly for you. Then from there now, you can also go to no spacing. Maybe you don't want the space on your material, like this spacing now, this spacing here is quite fine. So you can actually move on without doing anything. But if you feel you don't like the spacing, you can either go back to the no spacing. See this no spacing after that normal that is being highlighted, you click on it and choose the number of spacing you want. You know, it starts from 1.0 down to 2.0. It depends on what you actually want. Then in copying, we have what we call Control+C on your system, on your laptop or your desktop. Just locate Control button. You hold it down and press C. That is Control+C. It will give you copy to just, but before you copy anything, you have to highlight. Highlight is Control+A. You hold down your Control button and click A. But before you even do the Control+A, you put your cursor at the beginning of the document. You can see this is the beginning of my document. Let's say I want to copy this particular page here. I'll bring this cursor to the beginning of the page, beginning of the document I want to copy, press down and I'll drag. And dragging means that you press, after dragging, that means you highlight, there will be a small color, a blue color showing you on your document. Then from there, you can click on Control and A, which can either highlight, which will highlight for you. Then you now press Control+C to actually copy. But if you want to cut the document, so if you want to cut the document, good child, you want to ask a question?
No.
Okay, all right. So if you want to cut the document, maybe you don't want this document here, this particular part here, you either put your cursor at the beginning, highlight it and press Control+X. Then from there, you cut it off and take it to another part of your document, depending on what you really want to do. I'm trying to go back to the diagram so that I can show you where the cut button is. And the copy, if I can cite it, fine. But if not, you can see it on your system. You can check and you'll see it there. You're still looking through. I can't find it. Can't find it on this particular picture, but it's always there. You see there's one that looks like a scissors, that's Control+X. If you put your cursor, if you hover your cursor on it, it will show you cut. And if you over, there's another one that is copy. If you hover your cursor on it, it will show you copy, then you click on it. Then the bullets are numbering. This is my favorite part of MS Word. Maybe you are trying to do a presentation, a teaching, instead of, just putting the dash form, you can actually go to your bullets and pick, and it will give you either a star or number. You can either number. See it here. See it here. My I'm trying to hover my cursor on it. That's somewhere there. See it this side, 1, 2, 3. If you click on this particular cursor or this one, it will just show you. So you can pick any bullets that you want to highlight your. So you can actually, under justification and alignment, there's something called format on our toolbar. No, sorry, on our status bar, not toolbar. Toolbar is the one down. On our status bar. You can say on a title bar, sorry. Status bar is here down. So view your toolbar somewhere down on the right side of your status bar. So on your title bar, we have format. Format means it can take you from any look that you want. You can either change the color of the background, or you change the color of the font, or whatever you want to do. Maybe like this one now, you can see that this one is actually bolded. The format is actually bolded. So you can highlight it like I told you. You can hold down your cursor at the beginning of the passage. So if you want to use the format button on your title bar there, so all you need to do is to just come here. You see these colors here under font. That's where you can actually format your document. You can change the color, you can change the font styles that you want, anything that you want to do. It can be easily done. Just practice it after this call. And you see, you design different kind of documents. And at the end of the day, and you also note that practice makes perfect. After this call, if you don't practice, you might not be able to work on Microsoft Word. And if you keep on, when you are working on Microsoft Word, don't use just one hand. I know there are some people just fingers that they'll use your two and practice it as if you are doing a shorthand typing. And before you know, within 1 week or 2 weeks, you're good. You're good to do anything you want to do on your Microsoft Word. And for people doing teaching mathematics, you can use Microsoft Word. There are tools there under Microsoft Word that you can actually use to create your lesson plan for math, biology. That's different kind of designs that you can use. Then a font. Let's talk about fonts. I was trying to. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let me have this. Okay, so let's talk about fonts. I was trying to open another system so that I can show you, can do a practical session at the end of this call. So a font, I lined on this document, if you can see my screen, is that a font is this type of design for text that can bring in any letter, number, or symbols found on your keyboard. You can either arrange your fonts from formal to any, you can scatter it anyhow you want it. So you can actually use a capital letter or a small letter, depending on what you want to do. So we have italicized fonts. We have bolded fonts like this one now on this justified, left justified. Sorry, I'll stop sharing my slide now. Let's quickly do a practice session. Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. Can you see my screen? Can you see on screen? I want to use that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the title bar here, okay, let me start from court.
We are not seeing your screen, me.
Okay, they're not seeing.
You share the other screen you're using.
Okay, they're sharing, it's coming up.
Okay.
Can you see this one now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. All right. So there's something we're talking about, cut, copy. So I'm trying to over my cursor on it. You see that scissors? That is cut. That's your cut button. Then if you want now, let me quickly type anything. Now I want to copy. See, I'm bringing my cursor. You can see my cursor has changed. My cursor has changed to a straight line with head and bum. So from here now, I'll just put my cursor at the beginning of my typed document and I'll press my left key, drag. This is what we call highlight. Can you see? So from here now, from highlight, you can see that my cut and copy button was silent before. It was not really showing, but because I've already highlighted, it's showing. So I can click on cut. When I click on cut, it disappeared. Then I take it back by clicking on paste. Now, if I don't want to press this particular button on my title bar, all I need to do is to just highlight. Before you cut or copy anything, you must highlight first. You must highlight. So I'm bringing my cursor to the beginning of the document. Then I drag. This dragging that I'm doing is called highlight. Then I click on Control and C. I'm holding down my Control button and I'm clicking on C. I've copied. Now I want to take it to another place so that I can paste what I copied. I'll press Control, then press down V. So this is what I copied. Now I don't want this anymore. I highlight again. Highlight means I bring my cursor to the beginning of the document and I highlight, press Control. Okay, don't let me press Control now. Let me go back to cut. It's gone. So that is what I was talking about, cut and copy. So anything that you're doing on your Microsoft Word can actually be so much fun that you get lost while practicing. Then also in the no spacing. So now what I cut now, let me duplicate it. Now here, I'm trying to remove the spacing from this. I'll go to this title bar. Here you see the no spacing. There's no spacing there. If I click on this no spacing, it will open up. You can see that my spacing have reduced now. My spacing have reduced here. So I can also take it back to normal. You can see after clicking normal, it has taken me back to my previous document. So there's so many things that you can do on your Microsoft Word. Now let's try and align and justify. Already this document is already highlighted. So I'm trying to scatter it so that we can highlight perfectly. before you do anything, don't forget to highlight. From highlights, you click on you can see it's already aligned here. It's already aligned left. Now I want to align it to the right. You can see it has changed from where it was to another side. Now, if I want to take it to the middle, so these are what you can do. Maybe you're trying to create an heading for your document or for any slide or for a presentation. You can actually work on this. Then now I want to justify it. You can see now, it's the lines, the spacing are well justified. So after typing a long document, this is what you can actually do. Then now you can actually put a title. I've not clicked on it, but I'm just hovering my cursor on it. So it's giving me a title heading already. Now see the subtitle. So it depends on what you want to do. You can work on Microsoft Word and still catch fun while at it. Now let's go to the color changing, the font colors. From here now, I can choose any color I want. You can see it has changed to blue that I selected. You can, but I will not be able to do anything now because I already removed the highlight. So I'll go back to highlighting and click on my font color. Now let's do red. So you can do anything you want to do. Let's say we want to change the background. On the background, so don't forget that you have to highlight first. Then it will change the background for you to whatever you want to do. And when it's changing the background of your font, it does not change your font color. You can see we still have red on the background of the line that we chose. So it depends on what you want to do. And also you can do, for people doing mathematics tutors, you can actually use this particular method to do maybe your math, maybe you want to do raised to power or anything, you can use this. Or maybe you want to do base, all you need to do is just click on it. Okay, so thank you. Let's go back to the other screen. Let me stop sharing, yeah. Okay. Okay, so we are back. So I hope you were able to understand the header, the justify, the left justify, all those things. Everything is highlighted here. You have Control Z, undo, Control C, copy, Control V, paste, Control P, print, Control C, copy, Control X, cut, you know. Okay. So I've also talked about the text. Then if you want to print, there's something we call print preview. From print preview, you can actually, maybe after typing all your documents, you can actually go back to before printing, there's something called print preview on your Microsoft Word. Then don't forget, after typing anything, before, as you're typing, be save. If you typed one line, save. That's Control S. Control save, click on save. Save the command, save anything you want to save. Even if you make a mistake, save, so that you don't lose all your work. If you don't save, you're not, by the time the NEPA, you know, where we are, there's always shortage of electricity. Maybe something happened, you don't see that all your work is gone. So always save your work. Thank you. If you have any question, please, I'm waiting for you in the comment section.
All right, thank you very much, Afonime. Thank you so very much. Precious, you have a question? You can unmute yourself and say something.
Yeah. I didn't know what she pressed to duplicate the line and what Control Z stands for.
Okay. Afonime, will you answer? Should I answer?
Please answer.
Okay, Control Z means undo. Let's say you've done something and you don't actually want to do it again. So you undo what you've done. That's Control plus Y. Control plus Z. That Control plus Y means you want to redo that thing you've already done before. So before we move to our next class, I would have said I would have showed you some pointers, but because of time, if we still have time, I'll share my screen towards the end of the training. I will do something real quick
Please,
about. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Precious. Okay, that will continue.
Yeah.
Yes,
I asked press to duplicate.
Your network is breaking. We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. I said, what did she press to duplicate the lines, the sentences? She was duplicating it, but I didn't really get what she pressed to do it.
Okay. Now, there are different ways to duplicate it. Ofanime, will you answer? Ofanime? Okay, let me even ask everybody listening, please, what will she do to duplicate it? Because I know of 3 ways you can use to duplicate what she did. But I actually want to hear people on this call. If you know what she can use to duplicate, you have something I want to duplicate it on Microsoft Word, what will you do? There are 3 or 4 ways to do that. If you want to say something, because somebody said control copy and then paste. Another person, we are all learning. I'm looking at the
Control
chat.
V.
Control V is actually to paste. I have written my name is Susan on Microsoft Word. I want to copy Susan. I want to duplicate it. I want to duplicate it again. So what do I do? From beginning to the end, not just end part. If I use Control V and there's nothing there on the cache, it won't copy anything, it won't paste anything rather. Okay, another person is Control D, duplicate. Okay, your teacher will answer that question. No? Okay, you have to copy first before you paste. Awesome. Okay, another method is not only copy. Afan, am I going to help them out? Hello, Afan. You can drag and drop. I wonder how you drag and drop. How do you drag and drop on Microsoft Word? Please, can you explain that dragging and dropping? We are all learning. I'm learning. Hello, Chus, can you explain what you mean by drag and drop? We are going to move to our next session very, very soon.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, now when you highlight, after you have highlighted, depending if you are
Okay.
highlighting or you are highlighting a selected text,
Okay.
after you have done that, you hold down the control button, and then while you hold down the control button, you hold down your left click button on the mouse and then drag it to the location where you want it to paste, and then you get what you want.
Somebody is a tech guru. Okay. All right, thank you. Navigation button or your arrow keys. It's actually called arrow keys, not navigation keys. So those 4 keys on your keyboard that faces up, down, left, right is actually called arrow buttons or arrow keys. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Atinuke, are you here? Hello, Atinuke. Hello.
Hello, Susan. How are you? I'm here.
I'm fine. Okay. So we'll be bringing up our next speaker or facilitator. She's a seasoned educator. She was once a participant like you, and then she became one of our go-to. She's a resource person when it comes to EdTech. So like there's no EdTech to give to Atinuke that she doesn't deliver. So she's going to be taking you through series of EdTech tools. So for today, we are starting now. We normally build a tempo at WAAW Foundation. We start from very simple. From tomorrow, we'll take the step a little bit higher. Today is the foundation. A lot of you know Microsoft Word. A lot of you probably you're asking yourself, what am I doing here? I know Microsoft Word now. Okay, so please, so we are building it. We are taking an example from A, B, C, like that. So Atinuke is here to introduce us to Google Classroom. Some of you already know Google Classroom. If you have not joined our Google Classroom, sorry, I'm rushing because of time. So if you've not joined our Google Classroom, please join our Google Classroom. Educators, please check your mail. I have to beg some persons today to check their mails. This particular, if you want to be a digital educator, you make technology your best friend, and checking your email is one of the prerequisites of this training. Okay, Atinuke, you can share your screen. So I'm going to hand you over to Atinuke. now. And if you have any questions on Microsoft Word, drop it here. I'll be posting a link where you can learn more about Microsoft Word on Google Classroom. So I'm handing you over to Atinuke. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening. My name is Atinuke, and like what Susan said, don't mind that I'm not a pro. I'm just following what they have taught me. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My session will be more practical because you know, like what she said, it's an hands-on thing. You need to practice it every time. If not, it won't be part of you. You won't get it. So you just have to practice and practice so that you know how to go about it. So let me ask a question. How many of you have worked with Google Classroom before? Hello, please can you drop it in the chat? How many of you have worked with Google Classroom before? Any response? Okay, yes, once I've worked it before. Okay, thank you. Good. Because you have worked with it before, it's going to be much easier for me.
I have not.
Okay, thank you, Ma. You have not. Okay, good. You'll be seeing how it's been done now, Ma. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do,
Sorry, please, let me interrupt you a little. Please, can you all mute yourself? Thank you very much. Elijah, please help me mute them. Thanks. Okay, continue.
Okay, the first thing you're going to do is that you must have a Gmail account. You must have a Gmail account. So when you have a Gmail account, you call, I'm going to, I hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see your screen.
So this is my mail. I actually have different Gmail for different Google Classroom. Sorry. So this is my Gmail, my personal email, because I also have a school's Gmail. I teach in a school, and we use Google Classroom in my school. We use Google Classroom in my school. We have a G Suite, whereby everything we do is being centralized using G Suite. So when you open your Gmail account, you come to this 9 dots. Can you see this 9 dots? So you click on it. By the time you click on it, all the apps of Google will come up, especially the ones that we use frequently. So you look for the one that has to do with classroom. Then you click on it. Automatically, it will open up a page like this for you. So when it opens up, this is the Google Classroom, this is the page. Okay, because I have some classes on it already, for this particular Gmail that I went to, the classes will come up. Okay, this is another class. This is my school's account, in which I have different classes under me, you know, just different classes. So I teach chemistry, but I'm linked with other subjects one way or the other. So I have different classes for it. So this is my partner school's email, school's Google class. So when you open that, the classes will come up like this. So if you want to create a class, what you need to do, I don't want to use this email. Okay, let me see any of my other emails. Okay, let me use it. Okay, let me see. This is the one we created for this purpose. So if I want to join or create a class like this is the class that we are in, that we created for this purpose. How many of you have joined this class? Let's see. And let me even teach you how to join if you have not joined. Okay, we have only
the link
few
on
students.
The chat. Yes, I posted the link on the chat.
Okay, thank you. But they can actually go to their mail and also check and also join.
Exactly. Yes.
And apart from that too, if they're ready to join now, let me display the link, the code for the class. This is the code for the class. So if you have followed what I have done by clicking the 9 button here, go to Google Classroom, click on it. It's going to ask you to join a class somewhere here. Let me show you. This is the code. So if
You're not sharing your screen. You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing my screen.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen.
You were before.
Okay. Sorry. Am I sharing now?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you're going to join a class now, what you need to do is come to this plus sign here. You click on the plus sign. If you are creating, you click on create. But if you are joining for the sake of this class, for this training that we are in now, you click on join class. Then the code can be entered there. The code for the class can be entered there. Then automatically you can join the class. But if you are not joining, if you are creating as a teacher, what you need to do is click on this. Then if I'm too fast, let me know. But I'm trying to take it step by step. You click on create, then click on this, then continue. Then now that most of us are already into blended learning, bringing in technology into classes, the Google Classroom is just like every other class, like your normal class. What we do in class is exactly what you do in Google Classroom. You can even see your students using the Meet link. So it's everything. You give assignments, they return the assignments, you mark, you grade your students, they see their scores, you do correction, you take attendance, you go to take attendance. Everything that is being done in a normal setting of a class is being done in Google Classroom. So to create a class, I'm just, let me teach you how to create a class. So to create this class, let me just name it anything you want to name it. Let's just say training class for now.
Okay, Atinoke, please you hold on. Somebody said, please, you're running too fast. That's from Margaret.
Okay.
I'm lost. So Margaret, just let us know where you're lost. We want to carry everybody along. This is a foundational class. From tomorrow will not be, should I say this patient? We want everybody to start on the same space. Tomorrow we'll take it a level higher. So please, everybody must get it at this point or we'll be lost.
Okay, Margaret, where are you now?
Thank you very much. I'm actually trying to create and get to where you are at this point to be able to join the class.
Okay. Have you opened your email? Have you opened your Gmail?
I'm on my Gmail now. So
okay, if you're on your Gmail,
I really do not know what to do from there. Yes, please.
Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yes.
Can you see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see your screen.
So you come to this 9 dot. Can you see?
Okay.
Then when you click on it,
my phone is not displaying that. Okay. So
the phone is not displaying. You're using your phone.
Yes, let me use the system now. I'm using a laptop with you, but I'm
Because
actually trying to practice with the phone. But I can do that with my laptop now.
Yes. Okay. If you are using a phone, you need to download Classroom on your phone for you to be able to use that effectively.
Okay. So, but with my mail.
So when you get to your mail, can you see this 9 dots? This 9 dots actually has a lot of all apps that are being used by Google. So you can link it because everything are being linked together. Everything are being linked together with that particular Gmail that you opened it with.
Okay.
So are you there? Have you seen Classroom? Margaret, have you seen Classroom?
Let me not keep others waiting. I'll follow up.
Okay. So when you see the classroom,
Okay.
you are expected to click on the classroom. Then when you click on the classroom, this interface comes up. But like I said, because I have different classes that have opened, that is why I have it on my screen this way. But yours might be blank or asking you to join our DTT class, this present class that we've already sent the link to you. And if not, you can click on this plus to join the class. You click on join class, the code has been sent, or you click on the link in your email, automatically takes you to the Google Classroom. Um, so I want to go to the class that we, okay. Okay, this is the class that we created for this training. If I click on it, when I click on it, as a teacher, I get to see the stream, the classwork, people, and grades as a teacher. But as a student, I don't get to see the grades. So on your own platform, you're not going to see the grade. So I'll be talking as a teacher now on what to do. So this is an interface. This interface is what you'll be working with. Now, if I come to these three lines here, it's going to show me all the classes that I created or I'm a teacher in. And if I'm a student, it's also going to come up here. Yes, archive classes in case I have archive classes. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, like this is a created one that has a lot of content that has been done before. So I have a list of classes that I'm in. Then I have archived classes, classes that have been archived that I no longer use will come up here. Can you see? I can still bring them back until I delete it. I can restore them. But for now, I don't think I want to restore them. So let me go back to my classes. So, okay. So that is these three lines. Then you have the stream. The stream is like a place of information. Today we are going to have chemistry class. So time to so time. You put it there. Oh, what we are teaching today is this. You put it there. It's a way. It's a place to pass information for your student to see. Okay. Then the classwork. When you click on the classwork, just the way as a teacher you organize your classes. The classwork too is a place that you organize your lessons. I'll be flipping to show you some things I have done personally with the Google Classroom. For example, this is a class. Let me just show you one of my class. Okay. Now, this is like a class that I have students in, real students. This is what do you call it? This is the stream where information are being sent. Then this is classwork. Now, if you can see, I classified my classes based on weeks. Week one, third term, they are being arranged. That is what I have done in the last term that we just ended. We just finished third term. So that is what I have done. So, and based on everything that I need to do in a particular class will be put under each week. Will be put under each week. I teach chemistry, so I have different things that I've done on it. So it has been arranged. So when I come, I know where I'm going to, I know what I'm doing. I take attendance in my class. I give them class stars. I give them class work. They give me assignment. I grade them. I have people in the class. So this is like a typical class. So coming back to our class that we created for this purpose. Now, if you go to people, you have, these are people that are in the class, the teachers, how to join, how you can invite teachers. You can invite your fellow teachers. For example, Susan created this class and invited me. So to invite teachers, you need to click on this. Then you can put in the email of the teacher and you invite the teacher. So you can have 2, 4, as more teachers you wish for in a particular class. It's very possible. Like my school, because we do a lot of monitoring, the teacher will create a class, the principal will have to join, or probably the VP or the HOD to see what is going on in that class. So all these have been allowed. Then you have students. So teachers are expected to invite students and through codes or through links. I can decide to invite by typing anybody's email. I try to invite myself. I didn't see it again. Okay, so I think I have another email address I can put. I invite myself. I have an email like this. So this, because this mail exists, automatically comes up. I click on that. I invite students. Automatically, the student gets the invitation in the student's email. So this is coming up now because the student has been invited but has not accepted the invitation. I can decide to remove students too. I can decide to remove students. Let me see. Okay, I invited myself somewhere here too. So if I don't want this invitation, I mark it and ask for the action to be taken on it. So I can email the student and I can also remove the student. Maybe you are disturbing my class. I don't want you again. Get out. So, you can do things like that. It's your class, you take absolute control of anything you want to do in the class. Then you have the grades. That is when you give them classwork, they return it. It's being generated. Out of 100, you get your scores. Everything you see it on a plain sheet like this. Then another thing we need to know is that you can actually do a setting of your class. Yes, let me go back up. Okay, see this setting box. When you click on it, you can do the setting of your class, what you want and how you want that class to look like. The name of the class, put the name of the class. The name is there. You can edit the name. You can the subjects, if it's chemistry, physics, anything you want to put, you put it there. Then this is the invite codes. You can turn it on. That was why I was able to see the code on the stream when you turn it on. Then you can invite the invite link. You can copy it and paste it and send it to someone else. Then the display code too. I can display my class code so that people can see. So if you want to go in as a using the code, you can type this on the join class, and automatically you join the class. Now, the stream, what do I want for my stream? Students can post and comment. Do I want that? I don't think I want it. I want students can only comment. It's my class, so I don't want students to be posting. Let me be the one to post. So I click on students can only comment, and you can also decide to say only teachers can post and comment. But I don't think I like that. When you not, why would be that? It's only teacher that will post and also comment. So normally I prefer students can only comment. So teacher post, students comment. The classwork on the stream too, I don't want it to be scattered. I prefer to hide my notifications. So when it comes, I see it organized, not scattered on the stream. Then show deleted items. Only teachers can view deleted items. Yes, I like it. So that when they delete, I get to see what they delete. Then the grading too, depending on what you want, you can check and read through it and let it suit what you want the class to do. Okay. Um, when all that is done, you save it. The difference between, I think there's a difference between um, this Gmail with Google Classroom and the G Suite. On my own school's email, on my own school's Google Classroom, I can actually send a Meet link to the students, which they will automatically join. Let me see. Okay, can you see? The Meet link is attached to my school's Google Classroom because we have a GSOD. So can make it visible. So instead of going to Meet, click on it and sending the link to the student, I can automatically generate a link from here, and voila, the students will have, it will come up here. If you have that, it will come up here. So the students will just click on it and automatically they get to see each other like this that we are doing. Now let's see what happens in the classwork per se, where the teaching is actually being done. Okay, this create box tells us a lot of things. If I click on it, it's going to tell me what do you want to do. The first thing I always do is click on topic to give me what topic, like the way of organizing the class. So let me just do this, saying day 2. Tomorrow is day 2, which is 24th August 2021. So can you see a day 2 has been created? So I can decide to move it down because I want day 1, I can decide to move it down or up. Then that is to organize your class by creating topic. You can create assignments, post an assignment like this. I think I have an assignment for you already. This is an assignment. It has not been posted. You won't see it in your class until I post it. And because I'm a teacher, I've drafted it. So when it's time for me, I go ahead and post it. And I think let me just do that now. So if I want to post, I click on this is what I want you to do. So I will just assign it that everybody gets to see it on their own page, then do it and send it back to us, following the instructions. Okay. So that is how to do to post something on Google Classroom as an assignment. We can also have quiz assignment. This comes in the form of a form, Google form. Google Form is also attached to Google Classroom. So I can decide to do an objective test, use Google Form on even a theory-based question using Google Form. Then this is question. Maybe I want to define this and I want an instant answer. I can use question for it. Then this is material. Material is where resources are being sent to the students. They don't need to respond. They can only comment, but they are not sending anything back to you. So you can send material, your notes, maybe pictures to read and comment on, can be sent on material. Then you can have reuse posts. Now, because if I have different classes in this particular Google Classroom, I can click on reuse posts. Maybe I've used a particular resource for one class and I want to reuse it. It's very possible using Google Classroom. So that is all about Google Classroom. Any question? Am I missing anything? Margaret, you want to say something?
I feel like somebody asked a question that should talk about grading. How do you set grades in Google Classroom?
Okay, thank you, Susan. To set grade on Google Classroom, okay, for example, like this task that I've sent to you, by the time you all start returning it, and okay, let me go to edit, let's see. And probably I scored it because this is ungraded. So I can decide to put a score. I'll delete it. I can decide to put a 10-mark score. So by the time you send in your answers and I mark it, automatically comes up on grading system, on the grade. I will see it on the grades. All the students, can you see? It's telling me that the pre-survey form, nobody has done it, is here. So any score that I give you or we give you there will automatically shows there, and it can be generated over 100. So you get your scores in. I think I've answered the question.
Yes, you have.
Okay, let me remove. Suzanne, we are not grading anybody. Are we grading anybody?
Yes, we will grade them.
But not that we'll give them scores, right?
No, we'll not give them scores.
So let's make it ungraded for now. Okay. Any question on Google Classroom?
So a quick one while we are waiting for questions. Our time is almost up. Please note that before we give you assignments, we'll come to Google Classroom and see how many assignments you have turned in. Maybe Atunika, you show them how to turn in assignments so that they know how to turn in the assignments. So you have to turn in your assignments. We'll look at, you have to do about 80% of all the assignments that will be given before you can get your certificate so that we can ascertain that you deserve, and then our logo, our trademark is not diluted. Atunika, I can continue. Yes.
Okay. For me to show you how to submit assignments, I think I actually need to do that. But I need to be a student in that class. So remember that I joined a class myself. I think I used one email to join a particular class. Where is it? Okay. Yes. So I'm going to go to that particular email. I have to go to that particular email so that I can join as a student. Susan, can you? No, I have to join. I have to join, right? I just have to join.
Yes, you have to join. Sorry, please, we are exceeding beyond time. I'm very sorry. Max, in the next 5 minutes, we are rounding up. So please bear with us. In the next 5 minutes, we're rounding up. We started late. We waited 5 minutes before we started because we're waiting for people to join. So we are still within time frame. So in the next 5 minutes, we're rounding up. We are very sorry about that. Thank you for understanding.
Thank you. Don't worry, I'll soon leave. I need to sign in to that particular email. So it's a way of recapping what I've done before or what I've said before. So if you're still having issue, sorry, I need to sign out from the add another account. Okay, I need to sign in. Okay, so I'm going to put the email address that I
Please hide your password. Okay, all right.
You don't need to tell me.
Oh, confirmation. Okay. How do we do this? Not now. Let's see whether it will work.
It should work now. It's a new email address. So why is this stressing me? Okay, continue. Okay. So this is like a new the new email. So the invite is not coming in. So what I need to do is just join class. So I will go to, where is that class? So I copy. Where is the class again now?
Okay. Check the last one. Okay.
Then join. So I'm joining as a student in this class. Now automatically I'm there as a student. So I don't get to see grades again. I don't get to see grades. So I'll go to classwork. That's it. Now, these are the things that have been posted. Remember that I created day 2. A student will not see that. It's only the teachers that will see. So day 1, if I have a form, I click on my form, submit my form. So let me just do this, that is my assignment. View the assignment. Now, this comes up. I'm expected to copy the link and also the class code. So I'm just going to use the class code. What I need to do is to submit it by clicking on this. Then where I want, okay, let me just go to Google Doc, paste it, and submit it to the class. Where did you open up? Where's the Google Doc? Can you see any Google Doc opening?
No, it's not opening.
Okay,
Okay,
it's
it's
opening now.
loading now.
Okay, so it has already labeled it for me. I don't get fast tasks to do. I want to create a class. So I paste the code. That's the code. I don't even need to share it. Go back to the class and say turning, turning, turning. So automatically, the teacher get to see the assignment. So let's go back to the class. Okay, now this is the class that I'm in as a teacher. So what I need to do is just, as a teacher, I'll come, task to do. Can you see? I've turned in my assignment. And if I click on it as a teacher, automatically see Atunuka First has turned in the assignment. So this is what I turned in. If I click on it, it will display the class code for me as a teacher. So I can decide to score it. Can you see? This is what the teacher will see. So I want to score. Okay, because I did not put, we didn't put a grading thing there. So automatically the grading sector won't come up. That over 10, over 20 won't come up. So I can send a private comment, well done, and students get to see it. So it's being returned. Click on return, they see it, and it's being graded automatically.
All right, thank you very much, Atunike.
Yeah.
Any question? Any question? We don't have time now. We are going to make use of Google Classroom. So if you have any question, please put it on Google Classroom. We'll attend to your questions on Google Classroom going forward. So thank you very much for those questions that have joined. Atunike, any last words?
The Google site, am I saying something?
Yes, you can.
Okay. No, I won't waste your time. Google site is a very lovely site. We use it in class to engage students in form of task, in form of presentation. Actually, Suzanne created this for the purpose of this training. It's not easy creating Google site, but it comes out very lovely. Suzanne will be teaching you, definitely not me. Suzanne will be teaching you how to use Google site. It's actually very lovely. So I think the link will be sent on the Google Classroom, so I can have a feel of what Google Sites can, or what it looks like. This is like a preview. It's still in motion, but it's like a preview screen, preview mode.
Yeah.
There's a preview mode of the first page. We have the home page, who we have, what we do in WAAW Foundations, trainings, a founder, a vice founder, and you have the schedule for today. This is the plan for today. So if you click on it, it gives you what we have in stock for today. So we're going to be adding more. We have the 2, the 3, and so on like that. So the same thing, you can actually use it in your class as, for example, I can have chemistry. I can decide to have year 1, year 2, year 3 in chemistry class, and different topics, different tasks. Then I think Suzanne will also do digital escape for you, not me. Then we have the
pushing it to my decks.
Then we have our facilitators. So you can just go in and see how it looks like. We have our facilitators. All these can be done and created. Suzanne actually sat down to do this. Very lovely. Very, very, very nice. So you can bring in your resources.
Okay, so please go back to schedule. I think I posted not day 1. Yes, go down. I posted, for somebody was asking about Google Classroom. I think I posted the training instructional materials for today's class there. Please go down the link.
Okay, yes,
so you can watch. Yes, you can watch that. So be posting more of that. I'll post one on Microsoft Word for those persons that really didn't get it, that need more on Microsoft Word. We're posting tutorial videos you can watch.
And we can also post it on Google Classroom for them. You can put
there's a WhatsApp platform. Yes, we can also post it. Yes. Thank you very much. I'll do that, okay. All right, please, we'll be ending the class now. Thank you very much. Elijah, okay.
Did you remove it?
Atunike,
the first person for today. Did you remove it?
The what?
Did you remove it?
The what?
It was huh?
Okay, active participants. No, I did not. It's on week 1. It's week 1.
Day 1.
Go to week 1.
Day 1.
Yes.
You mean day 1,
Day
right?
1, sorry. Day 1. Yes, yes.
Okay. So we need somebody to
yes,
fill this.
during this training. Now, let me tell you what happens. WAAW Foundation awards people. In fact, the last time I was even jealous of the amount. Let me not get the cat out of the bag. I was actually jealous of what they received as the most active participants. So now, how can you become an active participant? As you're given assignments, you're one of the persons that is doing the assignment. You come to class on time. You are engaged in class. Like today, I noticed Chooks was really engaging. So Chooks, if you actually want to be the most active participant or any other person, please go to your Google Classroom, do your assignment, turn it on time, and do it well. Your picture will appear here. Your name will appear here. I will celebrate you in tomorrow's class. Thank you very much. Atinuke, any question?
No, I'm actually the most active participant today because I've submitted my assignment. So we can go to the class. You see my assignment there, right?
Okay, Chooks says celebrate me small today. I celebrate you, Chooks, today. All right, thank you for being active.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have gained something.
Now. Okay, can we, can you stop sharing your screen? Let me see whether I can take a virtual picture and then we'll end the class.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, can you turn on your video just briefly? Turn on your videos briefly. Briefly. Sorry, the class will not extend like this tomorrow. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry. Okay, so just a quick one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, some persons are joining. I'm waiting for Rosalind, Rabbi, Eddie, Samson.
Samson.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Elijah, thank you for standing in for me. He's behind the scenes. Probably you've seen him. Elijah, wave, let people see you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Please, tomorrow, let's be on time. We don't do African time in WAAW Foundation. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something today. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope so.
All right, sorry. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Elijah, I can go ahead and thank you very much, Miss Christiana.
Thank you very much, everybody. So we'll be taking
thank you.
I see you tomorrow on time.
See you tomorrow.
At the count of 2, let's take this snapshot together. 1, 2, go. Did we really take it? Some people are going off. I take it again. 1, 2.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That's okay. Happy to meet you. Tomorrow, same time, same venue.
Happy to meet you.
All right, Susan, thank you very much for being there. You've been a good facilitator. We appreciate your presence. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.